Hey you guys, it's been a long time since I've done an update video, so I thought I would do one today. I think the last time I did one was almost a year ago, the Florida fiasco video, and yeah, things continued to get crazy all of last year. It was like one thing after another with us. Except for my mom, thank goodness, has been really, really good. She has loved her house. She has a great church. She has tons of friends. She's in an art community. All this stuff that is just wonderful, and so super, super happy for her. And but for us, it just seemed like it has just seemed like one thing after another. Our house has just been a big financial drain and all of that. And so I don't know, maybe you picked it up from looking out the window of my car, but we moved back to Flagstaff. Yes, a little over 3 weeks ago. A little over 3 weeks. No, I guess maybe tomorrow will be 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, we finally just started, okay, I'm going to do a video series about things to know before moving to Florida, just because I think it's important for people to not to try to discourage people from moving there, but just things that were surprising to us about Florida. And things that people should consider. One of the biggest surprises for us was how expensive it is to live there, and people told us while we were there that it really just changed a lot in the last couple of years. Now, it could be that it was just the area where we lived. I heard that the Tampa Bay area, which is, we lived outside of that area, that is just has gotten really, really expensive, especially in the last few years. And so other parts of Florida may not be as expensive, but it definitely was our experience that the cost of living was just really high, and healthcare jobs don't pay as much out there. And so it was just hard for us to have a life anywhere similar to what we had before. And so yeah, we just decided it was time to go home, and John put his feelers out for jobs in different places, and his old job wanted him back, man, and they not only gave him a really good offer, but they paid to move us back across the country. And so yeah, so right now we're staying at my friend Vicky's house. She's on sabbatical from the university and is in Canada until the end of November, and so we can stay there up until then if we need to. So we figure we're gonna get settled for probably another few weeks, and then we'll start looking for houses. So we could be staying at Vicky's until the end of November, and we could be staying at her house just till September, whenever it is that we find a place to live. So yeah, everything just fell into place, you guys. Just the job and the money, and the having a temporary place to live that allows us to have 3 animals and all of that. So yeah, we've been back for 3 weeks. It feels like we've been back for longer than that, actually, and it's like our social life has just kicked into high gear. We had great friends in Florida. I miss them. Our neighbors were the best people ever, and of course my family was there. Oh, and you're probably saying, what about your mom? My mom is there in Florida. She may decide to come out here in the spring. As it stands right now, she wasn't really happy with the selection of houses on the market in Flagstaff, and so she's just going to stay put, and then we'll see what happens. She may decide to stay there. She's got a really great life there, but she may decide to come back with us, and we'll just play it by ear until we know. So but yeah, we're back on the worship team at church, and right now I'm heading over to a barbecue with some of our friends from church. John's meeting me over there after he gets off work. And yeah, we've just been doing a lot of stuff. I had a meeting last week with the department chair at the university, and he definitely wants me back on campus. This year it would only be part-time. And so he's going to get me an office and then see about whether or not I can do something full-time next year. See, you guys remember I was a professor for 15 years full-time, and then I did an early retirement thing back in 2017, and then in the 2022-2023 school year, they asked me to come back because they had lost several of their instructors and they needed someone to fill in. And so I said I would. I went back full-time and just realized how much I loved it and how much I miss teaching in person. I'm still, like, since I've been back in Flagstaff, I've met with 2 of my students on different occasions for coffee, and I just love 20-year-olds. I do. These girls are just so sweet and so excited about being teachers. And so I'm hoping that next year will bring something that will be a full-time position, not anything like what I did before. That was a tenure track position that not only was teaching but required research and publishing and going to conferences and presenting and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not interested in that. That's why I retired. But what I really want to do is I would like to have a job where I can teach 4 classes a semester, like maybe 3 in person and 1 online, and then do some committee work, interact with colleagues and stuff like that, but just not have that whole research, publisher parish component to it. I mean, I might do some research with some buddies if I happen to get sucked into something, but it's not something that I would have to do. So yeah, I'm really just wanting, I want to teach, which I can do part-time easy, but it would be nice to have that faculty colleague component added to that as well. So that may very well be in my future next year. And nice to know that I don't have to work. You know, I'm getting a pension, and so I don't have to work, but I would like to. So it would be fun to do that. Yeah. So we got back just the week before 4th of July, and as many of you know, the 4th of July parade is my all-time favorite event in Flagstaff. So we got to go to that with some of our friends. Happy 4th of July, friends! And then the week after that, we went to a concert. It was at Eagles Tribute Band. It was at an amphitheater. That was really fun. We just have been doing stuff kind of almost nonstop. The animals have adjusted really well. The cats love our house because my friend's house is just big and beautiful, and they sit in the windowsills and look at all the animals. It's right in the forest. So they're loving that. Monica, of course, has made a zillion friends. She's back to going to doggy day camp, and she's just she's loving life too. So everything's going really well, and now we got to find a house. And just so you know, we are sick of moving now. I know we move a lot, and we just don't want to anymore. But you know, John and I were talking about that. Some people spend a lot of money going on trips and sightseeing around the world and doing stuff like that. We've done a little bit of that, but whenever we travel, we always wonder what it would be like to live. Like, what would it be like to live there? And we start doing research about it. And so we've had the opportunity to live different places, you know? Like, we just came from living in a tropical environment. We've never done that before. Never lived near the ocean. And then we lived on a farm property for a couple of years, and that was great. So, and we've lived in a city, and we've lived in more of a rural place. I mean, this is sort of Flagstaff's kind of a mix between rural and suburban. But anyway, we've had a lot of great experiences living places, becoming friends with people, sort of seeing what life is like in a different place. And I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to do that, and I'm tired of it now. So hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys later.